Hello everybody, it's me again, Insane Gorilla, and welcome back to my channel. And this is the reboot of What If Deku was a Spartan. But before we get up to that point, I want to make something relatively clear to can't remember your name, and I just looked at it. Hang on. What's your name? What's your name? Oh, I can't find your name. Oh well. Just to let you know, yet again, look at what I am doing to clean up a few things. Video. It will explain why I'm not doing the What If Deku Was a Saiyan anymore. I'll put the guy's name in the video whenever I can. Anyway, where we last left off is that Deku and Uraraka were in the memorials. Well, basically in a graveyard. As Momo, Izumi, and Todoroki followed them and overheard them saying that the Flash clones did their job. And the reason why they said this is because they don't really have their armor on, so they can't really know if people are behind them. So yeah, Raka just says, yeah. Although the Flash clones only died over a year or so. Think about it. We could have had a normal childhood. I would wish for nothing else, though. Sorry about that, guys. As Deku would just look at her, saying, "You would want for nothing else, huh? Then why did you keep on telling me when you got older that you wanted to leave only for a few years, try and build up relations with other people, settle down, and have a family? Not very Spartan like, are you?" With Uraraka just saying, "Well, I'm not doing it now. I'm not starting a family now, am I? I'm 15, for Christ's sake." As they get a phone call, as a woman appears on their, well, communications after they answer, as she says, "Seriously, you two, I get a call directly from one of my operatives from UA. You two screwed up big time. Now, luckily, the operative that we have is very understanding, and he works very closely with Oni. Mr. Aizawa, I believe, spoke to him about two students that should never be there. We told you to be the best students, not the bloody information students. Prepare to be reprimanded. You're still going to UA, but doesn't mean you can screw up like this. Anyway, here's some more information on this All For One character. All For One has lived for quite a long time. Yes, we don't know how many quirks he has, but it sounds like he's got plenty of them. Most probably an anti-aging quirk too, so that's why he's been living for so long. We don't know how he managed to become part of the insurrection. Perhaps he's the one who created it. We don't know. But several of our planets have also gone silent. We believe it's insurrection activity, so we're sending a few cruisers to look at it. And that's all the reports you need to know for so far. For this time, with Deku speaking up, saying, "Ma'am, what do you mean several of our planets have gone silent? It's not like the insurrections can just cut off communications without Oni or the UNSC picking up on it." As well, this Oni officer just says, "Michael, you need to understand that Oni knows what they're doing. Don't try to underestimate our work. And besides, how long have you two been suspended for?" 7 days. Right. Head back to base, pick up your armor. You're going to be training for a while. Yes, ma'am. With her hanging up and Deku and Uraraka walking away. With her saying, "Olivia is not happy with us." Well, you're the one who said should we really give the information away? Yes, and you're the one who said might as well. As they continue walking away, what? Momo, Yaoyorozu, Todoroki, and Izumi all pop their heads above the memorial services. As they say, well, Aizawa had the right idea for sending them away. As they head back to their homes a day later, with Leah asking Momo and Todoroki, along with Izumi, where did they go? As well, Momo and Todoroki don't say anything, but Izumi does, saying, "Oh, they just went to the memorials for a bit. There's nothing too dangerous, they just wanted to go and see it for a bit." As Leah sort of just says, "Yeah, that doesn't explain why Todoroki and Momo are so quiet. Did you guys spend like a whole day there or something?" "No, well, we're just paying our respects, telling our, well, I was telling my dead brother that I've made it into UA. I'm going to be the best hero I can ever be." Todoroki was just saying, well, "Miss your cuz," as he usually does. "How long do you guys spend at those graves?" Around about 2 hours. That's all, really. Huh. As Aizawa walks in, saying, "Alright, class, shut up, sit down." Now, where are those two? Yeah, wait. I suspended them for 7 days. With the entire class sort of in shock, saying, well, not in shock, just surprised that 7 days. As Tokuyami sort of speaks up, saying, "But why suspend them for 7 days? They shouldn't even be in this class." As well, Aizawa explains, the principal will explain why it's 7 days. He has contacts within Oni, and they've apparently told him something that is extremely confidential. But considering I already know about it, he's just basically been asked to tell everybody who they really are. It's not his doing at all. As Momo speaks up, saying, "Oh, come on, you can't be letting those two back in here again." They almost crippled me and Leah over there. As Leah puts her hand up, saying, "Yeah, and I still feel the bruises." As Aizawa just says, "Shut up. It's not my decision." As he hears a knock on the door, as a guy wearing sunglasses and an Oni badge walks in. As Aizawa says, "I do not recognize you. Do you have an appointment?" As this Oni officer would just say, "No, I do not have an appointment. But I believe the principal said I can walk in. So you must be Shoto Aizawa." That's me. AKA Eraserhead. AKA the silent hero. More like a stalker in the night, if you ask me, because that's the only time you go out to play. Well, apparently I don't go out quietly enough to stalk down villains. You guys have found me. Mr. Aizawa, just to let you know, we are professionals, and we do not let our prey escape easily. Now, if you don't mind, I have people to talk to, aka you and your assistant and your entire class. Hey, sorry about that. As this, well, any officer just says, "Now that I have all your attentions, we can get down to business. Mr. Flameboy, could you go and sit your ass down?" As Hisashi says, "I'm a teacher. I'm a teaching assistant. So technically, I do not take orders from you." As Aizawa just says, "So what are you truly here to talk about? It's not like the students need to know." As his only officer just says, "On the contrary, they do. You may walk in now." As they all look towards the door to see Deku and Uraraka walk in. As they say, "Don't count us out just because we are not in this classroom. Doesn't mean we are gone." Now, as you most probably understand, we got suspended for 7 days. And how are you doing, Hisashi, Midoriya? As Hisashi just just stands there and all, as Deku says this, "I think it's time our Oni agent told them our real names. Per order of Olivia Pierce, our director. We are part of Special Task Force 327. As this only officer puts up his hands and says, "I'll explain that part. These two are part of Operation Task Force 327, as they said. That means they are elite. They are soldiers of the UNSC. Agents of Oni, so their authority is law. The heroes can't do anything about it." Hold up. As Aizawa says this, he continues to say, "So they're part of Oni. Why does it look like they have seen wars then? And look like they have killed as well?" As Hisashi times up, with him also pointing out that they also nearly crippled 2 students. As the only officer continues to explain, saying, "Yes, we know. Mainly because we trained them to be rough. They were also, well, let's say this. they're not exactly much of their humanity left either. They have no qualms with killing every single one of you in this classroom. They literally could think of 2 ways or multiple ways of killing you all in under a minute. The first one to go would be the teacher, then the second strongest in the classroom, which would be your teaching assistant, all the way down to the weakest. It appears the weakest has already been kicked out. But the next weakest would be Izumi Midoriya. As she would say, "Hey, that's not fair. You just can't single me out." As I was telling her to shut it and let him finish speaking. As the young officer continues saying, "But the reason is they don't kill you all right now is because we put them in here so they can get a bit of their humanity back, leaving out the fact that they're actually there to be in their class to kill all for one when they see him." As Aizawa continues to question him about why they are actually there, this only officer sort of not slips, but drops a bit of a hint about their real identity, saying one of these Spartans is related to to 2 of your students. I'll let you figure out which one that is. And the other one, well, less said about that one, the better. But let me make myself perfectly clear, Mr. Aizawa. Do anything foolish, and Oni will have its due of your blood. Because you will be gone from all records. And tell Principal Nezu that she will be in contact when we are pulling our agents out. So don't get too comfortable with the heavy metal reinforcements behind me. Well, in front of us. And don't make me order them on you. Because they won't leave anybody standing, they'll cripple everybody here. As Bakugo sort of gets up and says, "Yeah, right, we'll dogpile them." As Izuku, says, "Shut up, Katsuki Bakugo. Nobody likes a loudmouth. Especially one that has a puny explosion that will not even hurt me. Or hurt my friend here. And by the way, how's your mum doing?" As he sort of runs over to him and, knocks him out. Bakugo, that is, anyway. Bakugo's the one who gets knocked out. With everybody sort of looking directly at Bakugo as his, body sort of slumps in his chair as he sort of, is out like a light. With Uraraka just facepalming, saying, "Oh boy, here we go again. He's been waiting for that for too long." As Momo gets up and says, "This is an outrage. We can't have these these two in here. It's just making a target on Yue's back. Who knows what kind of villains will come up with schemes just to get in here to kill Oni agents. And that's including all the students in Class 1A. Regardless of how many teachers are here, it takes only one massive army of villains to enter UA, kill everybody, or hell, worse, torture us. Do you think it's a wise idea to even have them here?" As Kirishima just says, "Momo, I'm gonna say something that you're not gonna like. As they said, nobody likes a smart mouth. So, suggestion: shut the fuck up. Because I don't think you want to get knocked out. By the looks of Bakugo, Michael just knocked Bakugo out with one hit. Now, I don't know about you, I don't particularly want to be out cold like a light, like Bakugo was. With, well, Deku sort of saying, I can think of a few ways of killing him within 2 seconds of me running up to him. I could make a list for you if you want, but that list goes for all of you. For one, Aizawa knows the list, because we told him we could kill him in 2 seconds. His combat prowess may be great, but he's more one-to-one kind of person, not a 2-on-1. Especially when people have been military trained, like me and her, as he points over to Uraraka. And she walks up saying, not only that, we have our own fair shares of battle scars. And we could, quite literally, as she looks over to her the only agent, as he nods his head, as she says, we could also make an entire insurrection base go silent. Single-handedly. No air support, no ground support, no artillery, no nothing. We are literally on par with the greatest Spartan alive. We're not as good as him, as she sort of covered her mouth saying, whoops, I shouldn't have said Spartan. As everybody sort of says Spartan, as the only agent perks up saying, yes, Spartans. Elite super soldiers who could kill you all within hours. As the day goes on, everybody goes their own ways. Only recalls the agent, and including Izuku and, well, Uraraka, to continue out their 7 days of, well, suspension. But now all the teachers know that there's a special task force called Special Task Force 327, who are literal Spartans. The Spartans are an unknown force, so only sends in agents to wipe everybody's memories clean of the word Spartan. Luckily, it works on everybody. Mostly. The only person that they couldn't get a hold of properly was, well, Izumi. She went missing. And so they left it up to Deku and Uraraka to find her, with the help of 20 Oni agents. So, yeah. After 3 months of searching for her, they finally find her in a insurrection base located on Earth in a warehouse, with the insurrection soldiers sort of trying to brainwash her into thinking that the UNSC were wrong, that they did horrific experiments on people to create super weapons, like human bombs, this, that, and the other. Just basically trying to be as much of a brainwashing force as they possibly could. As they, well, hear a boom as they see 2 individuals walk through. as they sort of fire at their new visitors, as all they could hear was, "This is the UNSC. Stand down now. Release all civilians in your charge, and we will not open fire." As one of them sort of grabs a hostage, walks her out, who's not Izumi, and then pulls the trigger, saying, "Yeah, right, it's not like you idiots could do anything else." As well, a sniper shot is heard, and that guy's brain matter goes all over the floor. And after that shot was heard, two individuals run in, guns blazing, but narrowly missing all civilians. Izumi could see these two in action as well. One with green armor walks up to her, as he has a voice changer on, saying, "I hope you realize how lucky you are that we are here. Now get back to your class, and never speak of this again." Do I make myself clear, Izumi Midoriya? As his female companion says, "Come on, we gotta get going now. The civilians can't know that we're here." As they both activate their camos, that are the weaker versions, as they, move, avoiding all civilians that they can, as they all walk out, with the UNSC running in, doing checkups on everybody, and wiping their memories of, what happened with the insurrection and with the Spartans. And, after a few days, Izumi walks back to class with no memory of the Spartans whatsoever. And everybody sort of, doesn't ask about it, because they know that it was a traumatic experience that she went through, but when somebody asks her about it, she says, "I don't know what you mean. I don't even remember getting kidnapped." As they notice that it's the work of Oni, that they must have erased her mind for no apparent reason, unaware that Oni did the same thing to them. Anyway, guys, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one, I guess, which would be, what if Deku was a Gundam pilot? So, yeah. Peace.